I'm gonna read out loud a PM I just got by somebody. I watched your critique of fellow players on Twitch. I was encouraged by your advice towards the players you were advising too. Little about myself, fairly new, 500 games including ranked. Cool. I really enjoy playing battleships and that's all I play. That's fine. I've gone into a tailspin, you might say I suck. Kinda need advice. I reached tier 8. I'm having a terrible time with it. Before tier 8 I was doing okay, actually above average in everything. Something happened. I have an 18-point captain dedicated to USN battleships. My set specs for him are priority target, expert marksman, superintendent, concealment, fire prevention, adrenaline rush. Okay. Lately, since I reached tier 8 with my Alabama and North Carolina, I can't do anything. Now I find myself becoming very timid. It's not a place I want to be. If I was choosing, I was wondering if maybe, yeah, of course. Yeah, send me a replay, sure, of course. Are you, I don't know if you're in here or not. But if you are, send me a replay. I'll take a look at it. If not, you know, maybe we call it that. I only caught the end. Don't keep going on my account. All right. So let's see if I don't know if this guy is gonna send me one or not. But here's where I would say if you're a new player and you're at 500 games into this game, 500 battles, if you're only playing battleships, still tier 8, I think that's just too early. 500 battles, no, I would be sticking around. Here's my personal recommendation, and then I'll type this out later as a response too, of course. My personal recommendation would be to stop playing Battleship and play something else. Move on to a different ship line or a different class. I think for a lot of players, it really helps to understand the game from multiple perspectives. And if you're only looking at it from the perspective of a Battleship player, you're not getting the whole picture. If you play as a destroyer, you learn to think like a destroyer, so you learn to handle how to move about, you know, torpedo angles and stuff like that, and you learn how to think like a destroyer, which means that you're able to anticipate what a destroyer is going to do. As a Battleship player, that comes in very handy, because then you kind of know to anticipate the torpedoes and when to turn, stuff like that. The other thing I would recommend is, you know, playing as cruiser, of course, then you get that perspective too. And even if you want to dabble in carrier for a little bit, play tier 4 carrier and screw around, and who cares? So that's my first suggestion, is to consider looking into other lines and stuff like that. Don't feel like you have to push up one line only. Personally, when I played the game, I played and I rotated first wins on every ship. And just worked my way up all the lines. Eventually I got to tier 10s and I stopped that line and I focused on other ships and I got to all tier 10s, and now I'm just having fun, right? Like now I'm just playing whatever Wargaming wants me to, whether it's the French ships for these missions, the campaign, or it's you know, the tier 10s for getting the emblems and stuff like that. I think all of that stuff comes in very handy. The other thing that I would recommend to you, keep in mind that tier 8 is in a very bad place right now, because you can and probably do often get into tier 10 games. And at tier 10, everything just has so much more power than you do. Even in North Carolina or Alabama, they're strong ships, yes, but I mean, against the Yamato, come on. That said, you know, you can do dirty things to Yamatos and stuff like that too. So my suggestion to you there, start over, go back down, and don't feel like you have to play your top tier ship just because you have it. I see that happen a lot when I used to play a lot of mid tiers, or sometimes when I'll go down to mid tiers. You get people that are like, oh, I have a Yamato, you know, so I'm better than you. You know, that's just, that doesn't mean anything, really. You know, I would say, hold on one second. Just responding to this guy's response here. If you have replays enabled, send them to lordzathna@gmail.com. If you don't have replays, let's just leave it at that first of all. And let's find my initial channel. So just because you have that top tier 8 ship, whatever, doesn't mean that you have to play it. As a matter of fact, I think you're better off really feeling like you've mastered a ship before you move on. I think that's really important. You know, you want to be able to feel good about where you're at. It sounds to me like you're starting to get a little discouraged, and you're not sure if you want to be continue playing in a sense from that. And I think it's important that you don't get discouraged, and you find what makes the game fun. So don't be afraid to drop back down to mid tiers. Like I said, start a new line or something. Just have fun with the game. Division up with people is generally a good idea too. And I want to read off some of the suggestions that are on Twitch here, because there's some other good things that people are saying. So Brofisticus is saying that carriers will teach you how to be aware. Battleships teach you how to plan. Cruisers teach you how to aim. Light cruisers teach you what to focus. And destroyers will teach you how to survive. I kind of agree with him. You know, every ship class teaches you something about this game, and I think you're doing a bit of a disservice to yourself only playing one type of ship in one line. Just suggestion. So good advice there, Brofisticus. Seabear says it took him about 1,000 games before he really understood what was going on, and yeah, you know, it took me that many, maybe more. You know, it doesn't reflect that way on my account because I was a closed beta test player. I've had my account wiped 3 times, I believe. First after the first beta weekend, the second after the second beta weekend, and then again after closed beta going into open beta. So what that means is, I mean, I've got probably 2,000 to 3,000 battles that aren't even recorded before going into you know, live stats now. So, you know, it takes a long time to get there. Emaruk, you've said you started playing for the battleships, but you decided to go up all of them tier 5 at least. Yeah, and you're really glad that you did. I thought I saw you say something as well earlier, but maybe I missed it, or maybe it got deleted or something. That was weird. Just when I saw you say something else. But yeah, you know, like, don't be afraid to continue playing. So, Asline's mods are not an issue. So, yep, just send me the replay and we could take a look. I could take a look right now, actually, if you want to send it my way. But yeah, you know, part of the reason why this channel, actually the main reason this channel was put together, was to help new players like yourself and average players do well. Seabear is absolutely 100% true, honest here. Accurate. Proof you can go from a 48% win rate to 60 plus with practice getting good. When I first encountered Seabear, he was an okay player. He was in the 50%ers, somewhere around that, 52, something like that win rate. But he was pretty fun to play with. He was good to division with. We did voice comms and stuff like that, so we were communicating all the time. And I think through that communication, both he and I improved. And I think that's something that is missing amongst a lot of players too, is the willingness, ability to division up and just have some fun with it. So, you know, I think in general, you know, just having fun with it works. All right, so this guy here says he's gonna send a replay, so cool. If you guys are cool with it, we'll sit around and hang out for a little bit. I'll feature his replay, we'll go through it, and then that might just be the end of the stream. We got clan battles tonight, other things going on, so it might be kind of nice to take a break from warships, walk away for a bit, stretch out my back, that sort of thing. So, and then Mark, you found out you like cruisers just as much, huh? That's cool. Yeah, you never know what to expect when you're when you're playing it. So so yeah, so I sent out a message to him that we can feature that replay and stuff, so we'll see what happens. And like Seaver said, best thing about came out of Division with others is good friends that you hang out with. Seaver and I play, oh god, what do we play, like every day just about? For hours on end. I mean, I think even my wife knows who you are at this point. You know, like he said in chat, one of the things that I think was most important was, you know, I'll just be like, hey, what are you doing right now? What are you thinking? What's going on in your mind? And I think that's important as a player to think through, and that's part of what I'm trying to get to happen with this whole, you know, streaming stuff, with the replay theater. You know, is just to help, you know, make people think about what's going on. Yeah, last night was rough, but you know what the thing is, I think you and I have the resilience to not like get super upset with ourselves and super upset with other people. We kind of know what's going to happen. I mean, even today during the daytime, they had some really lousy games. That's just par for the course. And I think too, the other thing is, at least for Seabear and I, you know, we've both ranked out 3 times now, and I think we're both at the point where we kind of know we're good players and we're confident in our abilities. And so, you know, losing is a part of the game. Winning's a part of the game too, usually. But having fun absolutely has to be the most important part of the game. So if you're not having fun, one thing that Pigeon of War recommends is taking a break. That's true, you could do that. One thing I recommend, do something different. You could always play scenarios to have some fun. You can do co-op, of course. I would do scenarios. The scenarios are a lot of fun, especially the new Tier 7 scenarios. Just let's have a moment of silence for Operation Narai. Hold on a second. Alright. So that's a moment of silence for Operation Narai, which is now dead. Because we farmed it too much, guys. Oh my god, did we farm that mission hard. Anyway. Yes, as Seabear said, even a 60% player loses 40% of the time. That's right, folks, we just had a moment of silence for a mission that is no longer in existence. Oh, probably a stupid thing, but hey, why not? But yeah, the Tier 7 scenarios, they give you a ton of XP. And one thing I like about it is that, you know, most of the targets that you go up against are lower tier. So it gives you a really good chance to practice. Practice your aim. Practice learning about penetrating citadels and over-penetrating citadels too. So learning where to aim on cruisers of various tier and armor width and stuff, and you know, all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. So personally, I'd say go for it. You know? Why not? There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing different parts of the game, trying different things. So Seabear, long live the Narai mine. Yes, you're absolutely correct. You know what was great about Narai was good rewards, fun ships. I think to me that was, and rewards are great, sure, yes, I can farm them and stuff like that. You know, my nickname is Smog for a reason, because I like to farm XP and stuff. But let's face it, to me the big thing about Narai is it's just fun. You can go in there with a team of 5 ships, even 4 ships, and Edgecase even managed to win with 3 ships, believe it or not. So you can go in there and you know, really just do stuff. Brofisticus says you could play a completely different game for a change of pace. No, you must play Warships. If you are looking at something else, GTFO. Other games exist? What are these other games you speak of? I don't know. Maybe it's kind of sad, but I haven't really played much other games. I like this game too much. What can I say? But yeah, you definitely could. I know people kind of jumped into World of Warplanes for a bit and tried that out. It was okay. I know some people also went into World of Tanks. I don't like tanks. I never really got into it. You know. But yeah, you can go into like the Civilization games. You can go into some of the space real-time strategy games like Sins of a Solar Empire or strategy games. To me, that's where I'd go. You go to first-person shooters and blow up people. Yeah. And which one? So. Alright, I haven't gotten a replay yet. Still waiting to see if our guy here is going to send one or not. It looked like he said he was going to. He said, I'll feature it on Twitch if you don't mind, and his response was that he has no shame. And I think that's the important thing too, is when players want to learn. So that's cool. Real quick programming note: you guys are watching these streams of the replays, and just so you know, these replays aren't going to go up for quite some time. Let me take a look real quick at my Creator Studio, and I can kind of give you an idea. So I have videos that are queued to release all the way through March 12th. March 12th. So what you guys are watching, what you guys just watched today, that's going to be March 13th and whatever. Next weekend I'll probably do another stream, maybe on Saturday, maybe on Sunday, and then the weekend after that I'm probably going to be gone. That 17th. I am going to be doing a trip overseas starting on the 20th and continuing on until the 31st of March. So my goal essentially with this replay today, the live stream, and then next weekend is to be able to have content ready to go and released every single day until I get back. And then once I get back, just a warning, it might take me a little bit to get over the jet lag and stuff and get back into the swing of things. But I'm kind of hoping that I'll be able to get through that. Hey, Evelyn. Hoping I can get over, get through that. I don't know how many replays we've done today. Probably, what, 5, 6? So that could take me out through like the 17th, 18th. And then, I don't know, we'll see. I'm hoping I can get a bunch more, get a bunch more done. So, Profisticus says, yes, Ducky. Edge did say he managed to do it with 3. I'm not sure how he did it with 3, but he did say he managed to do it. And then here says you suffer from too much performance anxiety. You started playing a closed beta, have 1600 PvP. You leave a lot of queues. Why do you leave queues? Let's see, Profisticus, you change it up pretty regularly, mostly in warships, so our team depends upon you replaces the battle starts sound. Okay. Excuse me? During my losing streak, I played a lot of XCOM 2, still played 3 WoW's games a day. Yeah. Yeah, you do that. Fear of screwing the pooch and looking like a potato. Yeah, you shouldn't be afraid of that. I mean, if I can be brutally honest, I was often afraid too of that happening. I was really afraid of, like, I was afraid with ranked especially. Believe it or not, I did kind of go through a WoW's depression. I ranked out season 2, couldn't rank out season 3. I gave up in season 3. I just said, this is bull. I'm not having fun, so I stopped. Season 4 I tried and couldn't get anywhere, gave up. I gave up after playing one whole Saturday, I think 22 or 3 battles, and ending up 1 star less than where I started at rank 4. So I kind of said, F this, I'm out, and I stopped. And then season 5 came out, and right around then is when, the Flint was announced, and so I'm like, oh god, I want to rank out, and I tried so hard and stuff like that, and once again, I couldn't rank out, and it got to the point where it was really affecting me. I was afraid to click the battle button. I was afraid to try playing battles because I was probably just going to lose. And what bothered me the most was I was a good player. I was always doing really well with WTR, Unicom stats, blah blah blah, gooping right. But then I'd play ranked and I couldn't get jack done, and I would just be like, what is going on? So confidence booster was in season 6 when I believe that was the tier 7 ranked, and that was when the Kiev was out there and I found my Bay boat. And once I found that ship, I enjoyed to play, and I completely changed the way in which I played. Ranked became much more fun. It was no longer a grind. It was now a game of, let's see how much I can piss off the enemy team, and let's have fun doing it. And that was the first season of Ranked that I truly enjoyed Ranked. That's right, guys. I actually enjoy Ranked, but it took me until season 6 to actually really, truly enjoy it. Season 7 came out. That was the most. Season 7 was tier 6, and to be honest, I looked at that and I lost my Kiev, but I gained the Fuso, and it was a chance to go back and revisit a ship that I'd ranked out in so long ago, and just had fun with it. So that was great. And I also enjoyed when it was back to tier 8, this most recent season 8, I think it was, of ranked. So I've ranked out 4 times now, and Seabear's ranked out 4 times as well. Yeah, because we got the Flints last time. So now we're 1 away from black. Woohoo! So I mean, it took me a while to get to this point, and now I'm at this point, and I've finished all the tier 10s, and so it's just, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to relax, sure. And I've gotten much better at not getting so invested in every game that every game must be a win, especially in ranked. So it does take a bit of a change in your expectations to make it happen. All right, now that I just went on through all that, let's see what to catch back up with Twitch. Just as every dog has his day, every Unicum can completely botch match. You're absolutely right. There's so many ways potatoes can become delicious. Yes, they're delicious, but they're also devious. As a Unicum, I'll tell you, the most difficult games are the ones with really bad players, because you just don't know what they're going to do. Normally you expect a good player to turn out, like you've got a broadside cruiser, you're shooting up the battleship, you expect him to turn away and to slow down with your shots. And they don't do that, right? They go straight, or they turn into you and they start like speeding up, and you're just like, what the heck? And so it's really difficult to predict, and that's why sometimes, like even in clan battles, like we had games where our clan would just lose to like the I guess you could say lesser players. I don't want to offend anyone, of course, but players with worse stats, and why? Because they played a strategy that we didn't even think would happen, right? And so that's what's so cool about this game. There's just so many different things that could happen. So my secret recipe is to always focus on my own gameplay. Where am I? I can't control the enemy team, or the enemy, my friendly teammates. No matter how hard I try, I can't control them. So what I do instead is I look to try to control myself and think about where I'm at, what I can do for the team, and what I'm doing wrong. And the number one thing that will make me lose a match is dying. So I've gotten really good at not dying. You know, that's the big thing. And then from there I go on. Ducky Shot. I had fun in 6 until I got to rank 5. Didn't have time to play piles in 7. Had lots of fun season 8 while ranking out. That's the most important part. And yeah, like Emineers, like I'm saying, it's not a rational mindset. Absolutely not. It's one of those things where you just have to, you just kind of have to hope and pray that, you know, you can make something happen. So. Yep, Seabear is absolutely correct. So guys, we've been chatting for a while. Do you guys think that this is something I should clip and put on a YouTube video? Like, Zath's therapy session. I mean, do you guys think the last 20 minutes is worthwhile for people to listen to? Or do you think that this is just BS garbage? I mean, be honest here, I don't know. I mean, I can clip it and I can title it something and I can release it with my other replays. I could release it separately as something, you know, just a whatever. I don't know. Maybe there's value in this chat. Maybe not. I don't know. You tell me. What do you guys think? And we're at the point now where I might just call it quits anyways. We haven't heard back from this person that PM'd me, so what I might just end up having to do is, if I do get a replay from him, putting it in the queue. For next weekend, I'll set it as a priority replay so that we make sure we get through it. And go from there. Do I plan on delivering Prozac by torpedo? Oh man. You know what? To be honest, there have been games where I have felt like every torpedo strike or every main battery hit was just a release, you know? So, Prophistica says to clip it and throw it on YouTube. Okay. Zath called in, we're here to help. Oh god. Yeah, that's fine. I'll clip it, I'll throw it up on YouTube. Zatherapy, the wrath of Zath. You guys are hilarious. But yeah, I'll throw it up, and you know what? Maybe this does help. You know, some of the newer, more average players to hear this and to hear that I wasn't a good player at some point either, and all that good stuff. So that's fine. Cool. Well, guys, I want to say thank you for hanging out. We didn't go quite as long as the other streams, but I'm okay with that. You know, we got some good stuff here. We got through a bunch of replays, and you know, we'll continue to do it. We'll continue to do the good deed for the people that are out there looking to get good in World of Warships. So. Let's see, how many we got the Yugumo, we've got the Normandy, we've got the Khabarovsk, we've got the Richelieu, we've got the Hindenburg, and then we've got the, what was this? This was the Ibuki, and we started with Seabear and the Chapayev, so yeah, that's what, 6 or 7 replays? That's pretty good. You know, I do enjoy you guys coming to hang out with me, by the way. I mean, I used to do this all, quote-unquote, by myself, and it's cool to be able to interact with people as I'm doing this. And I'm not alone. So, Prophisticus, come on, you are a good player, shut up. Maybe someday I'll get good. You're fine, you're a good player. You also do an awful lot solo. I think if you division more, you'd be enjoying yourself more, maybe. I don't know, just a thought. But you are also with iChase's clan, so, you know, go div up with them and do stuff. So, alright guys, it is almost 4 o'clock, so about 3 hours worth of stream. Not bad. Can't prove its stats are hidden. Nice. So, thanks everyone for watching. I'll pause again so you guys can get your last words in on the Twitch chat. And then we'll cut it as I brush my cat. Because my cat decided to get up on my lap, and so I'm going to reward him by giving him some brush. He hates when I brush him, by the way, so you might hear him kind of in a second. Nope, oh, he's trying to bite it. No, let's do your neck. You like the neck. There you go. Alright, guys. Time to sign off. Take care, everybody. Thanks. See you later.